Okay, now we're on to black. So we have more stupid cards to go through. So, like really, some of these cards are so dumb. So first we have Ulti, 4 cost vanilla, pretty good. Playable off the page 1, which is pretty nice as well. So yeah, we'll talk about that later. 4 cost 6k vanilla, just pretty standard. Then we have the new Kaido. Not a big fan of this card art, but still pretty cool. 9 cost 9k, and then main once per turn, discard 1 card from your hand, and then if this character was played this turn, trash one of your opponent's 7 cost or lower characters, and then after that, your opponent discards 1 card. So really, really dumb. Like it does so much. It's a 9 cost, hits a 7. Hits a 9 in Black Purple King. So on curve is like an insane card. And then not only that, you also discard one of your opponent's cards. So it's like kind of net neutral in terms of like hand advantage, but you also increase your board advantage significantly. So it's just such a strong card, bro. Notably, the discard effect is only once per turn as well, so you can't like make your opponent discard every turn, thank god. But it's still a really strong card. Queen, 1 cost, 2k, 1k counter, just a regular 5 card searcher for Animal Kingdom Pirates, but doesn't hit Queen, so it doesn't hit the blocker Queen, which is pretty good, thankfully. But yeah, that's about it. Like that's the card. Next. Okay, Guernica, he is a CP0. When attacking, you may bottom deck 3 CP cards from your trash, and then you can KO one of your opponent's cost 0 character cards, which is really weak. I think this is pretty shit. Like you're not gonna see this played. Okay, next is Sasaki, 1 cost 1k 2k counter, which is good. And then activate main, you may rest 1 Dawn and this character, then give one of your opponent's characters cost -2. So he's Tsuru with extra steps. He's effectively a 2 cost. It also means that you can't play him off Moria on curve because you need to pay 1. And you also need to play him active off of Moria. So I think that's the reason why they worded this like condition this way, because they wanted to make it so that for 1 you cannot play him off of Moria rested, and for 2 you cannot play him off of Moria on 8 Dawn. You need to have 9 Dawn. Then you can play him. So that's I guess the condition for this card. It's pretty cool. I like that they're trying to balance around Moria, but at the same time, I just wish they would ban Moria so you don't have to keep balancing around it. But yeah, I like that they balanced it around Moria. I just hope they would fucking ban Moria. Seriously. Okay, next card we have Sheep's Head. 2 cost 3k. Not as 1. During your own turn, your opponent's characters all have cost -1. So this is pretty good for like a 2 cost character. Like it's very like good value. It's not like playable, I think. It's just a pretty strong effect to put on a 2 cost. -1 across the board is pretty decent. Okay, next. 7 cost Jack, also an insane character. I've spoken about him again during the SR video, but this character has cost +4, so he's an 11 cost when on board. And then after that, activate main, you may rest this character, draw 1 card, then discard 1 card, and then KO a 3 cost character. So very, very, very strong. Because it is activate main, you can also of course use your leader effect first. So it KOs up to 5. So on curve, really, really good. On curve, which is for King, I assume he's going to be ramping on the second turn. Either with like Island or like Bonclay or something like that. So you're realistically playing this on turn 4 or turn 3 sometimes. Like if you're going second, you can play this on turn 3, which is like insane. And that definitely on like going second, that definitely KOs on curve, right? So if you go second, you go 2-4-7 and your opponent is 1-3-5. So 1-3-5, they play a 5 cost and then you play Jack and then you leader effect, KO their 5 cost. Like it's a huge tempo swing. And how are they gonna remove an 11 cost character? I don't understand. Like it's too strong. It's really damn strong. So Jack, really good. Next is Jinbei, cute little guy. 5 cost 6k. I just love how like the background is like thunderstorms and tidal waves, and he's like, okay, this is fine. 5 cost 6k. Don't dice 1 when attacking. If you have a cost 8 or higher character, then KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. His support for the 3D2Y Luffy deck is okay. He's a brick, which is kind of sad. But yeah, Don't Dice 1 when attacking is not the greatest like effect. It hits a 4 cost, which is not bad, but other than that, it's like Don't love it. Okay, next we have Jin Rami. I really like this art of her. She looks very badass. On play, give up to one of your opponents. Sorry, if your opponent has a cost 0 or lower character, then draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Cost 0 is pretty like steep to ask for. I think it's very rare that you get something to cost 0 nowadays. Unless I guess you're playing 10 cost Kuzan, which is then it's pretty easy. But yeah, it's pretty rare to get a cost 0 character on the board. So this is okay. It's not better than Sabo, so it probably doesn't get a slot. Then we have Apu, who is a 4/5 blocker, and then activate Amos button. Give up to one of your opponent's characters -1 cost. So he's kind of like shittier 4 cost Kuzan, just that he's a blocker. And you can use it every turn without attacking, so you don't have to rest him to get that effect. Like he's like a pseudo like Marineford stage, I guess, which is not bad. He's not leader locked too, so other decks can also play him. I think it's an interesting card. Whether he gets a slot or not is a different story, but yeah, pretty decent. Okay, we have Duval, 2k counter, and then again support for 3D2i Luffy. Give one of your characters +1 cost until the end of your opponent's turn. Then we have 7/9 Basil Hawkins, pretty normal. 7/9 vanilla. Then we have Hamlet, who is a 3 cost 4k on play. Play up to 1 2 cost or lower Smile type character card from your trash. So more Smile support. Yay! No one asked for this, but they're still printing it. Next we have the 5 cost Husu. Animal Kingdom Pirates and former CP9, so playable and searchable off of Air Door and Spandam. And his effect is on play, discard 1 card and then KO a 3 cost or lower character. So pretty good. He's a 2k counter especially, so that's really good. It's kind of like T-Bone, but the CP version of T-Bone. So you do have to discard in order to KO, but I think that's fair as well. And sometimes that's also beneficial because you want to put like cards in your trash for setting up for Moria. Then the trigger is again KO one of your opponent's 3 cost characters, so pretty decent as well. Strong against like Zoro and stuff like that. Okay, we have the 5 cost 5k page 1k counter on play. Play up to 1 4 cost or lower Uti from your trash. So you can play this into the ST04 Uti, into the ST04 page 1 as well, which is pretty stupid. Like this plays from trash too, so that's really strong. But yeah, I don't think it's worth like 12 slots in your deck to play this guy plus the other vanilla page 1 plus the Uti. Like the Uti you can play just because it's 2k counter, but yeah, I don't think it's worth the slots. It's just funny, you know. Okay, we have another 4 cost 6k X Drake. This character is Dawn ×1. This character gains 2 costs, so he's a 6 cost 6k, which is okay, I guess. He's Navy and Animal Kingdom Pirate, so it's also searchable off of brand new. But yeah, I don't I don't think this guy is that good. Like it's good in like the 3D2i Luffy, I guess, but yeah, that's about it. Okay, next is Andon, Emperor Yen. I don't remember this. This is one of King's attacks that you can see gets blocked by Marco here. So main encounter event, return 3 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order, and then KO a 2 cost character. So main slash counter is really interesting. There's not a lot of cards that do minus cost on your opponent's turn. The most notable example is Bruno into Khalifa. But yeah, I don't foresee this being that good of a card. Bruno into Khalifa is not a common combo. Like Bruno is not played at all anymore. So yeah, I guess you can do Bruno into Kaku as well, but that's pretty expensive. Like Bruno into Kaku into this is -6 cards from the bottom of your deck, but it kills a 5 cost, I guess, on your opponent's turn. But I don't know. I don't think this fits the deck. And then this is Tekai Fangflash. Yeah, so one of Husu's attacks. Main event, if your trash has 10 or more cards in your trash, then give up to one of your opponents +2k until the end of your opponent's turn. So pretty good at defending your own characters. Of course it's characters only, so you can't make your leader 7k base, which is fair. It's meh, like you're wasting 1 hand card for it, I think. So like you're treating this as a 2k counter, I guess. Sorry, it's 3k counter because you put, no, it's 2k counter, yeah, but it's 2k counter for the whole turn, but it's only for characters. So again, funny is you put like 8 cost kit, like you make it a 10k power character, but other than that, it's like just okay, I think. Like I don't think this card really sees any play. And then lastly is Hito no Yume wa Owarane, so the very iconic Blackbeard scene. Counter event. Reveal the top card of your... Sorry, put the top card of your deck into your trash, and if that card was a 6 cost or higher character card, then you get plus 5,000 power for the battle for one of your leaders or characters, which is pretty crazy. Like this implies that Blackbeard is going to be a blue-black leader, which I don't know if I'm excited for or worried about, because we all remember Sakazuki. And then trigger is play a 3 cost black character from your trash, so it's kind of like the add-on trigger, which is pretty good. Like you can always play blockers off of it, which is nice. But yeah, I'm very curious about what they're gonna print for Blackbeard now. This has the Blackbeard Pirates type, so we know it's a thing now, right? So yeah, I'm very, very interested. So we'll see what they print for us. And lastly, we have Heliceratops, which is how the dinosaurs hunted in ancient times. It's a main event. If your leader has the Animal Kingdom Pirates type, then one of your opponent's characters gets cost -2, and then you can KO one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 0. So pretty okay. It's 3 cost KO 2 cost basically, but it also is a bit more flexible than 3 cost KO 2 cost. Yeah, it's a bit more flexible than that, because it is 3 cost KO. It's 3 cost -2 cost and then KO 0 cost, so you can use it in conjunction with other cards. So for example, if you had like another form of KO on the board, or another form of reduction on the board, you can use it accordingly to KO 2 things even. So like maybe with a jack on the board, and you had another reduction card, you can use it together. But I think essentially it's 3 cost KO 2 cost lah.